Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm looking at the New York Giants free agency move to bring in the wide receiver Kenny Golladay. He is an absolute stud, he's so versatile, he really can do it all, and during the course of this film study I'm going to show you exactly why he is so good. If you enjoy the video, make sure to like, subscribe, let me know down in the comments what you think about the video, what you'd like to see in the future. If you enjoyed it, let me know. I love talking to you guys down there. Let's get into it. So one of the main advantages for any team that possesses Kenny Golladay is his versatility. He genuinely can play anywhere on the pitch. He's played X receiver, Z receiver, he's even lined up in the slot. He really can do it all. And that's because he's just got so many talents. He's a deep threat, he can get downfield. Yes, he ran a 4.5 at the combine, but he is still a good deep threat. He can get downfield and make big catches where needs be, utilising Stafford's arm in years gone by. But he is a very big body guy. He goes up and makes a lot of contested catches, which is why they like using him at X receiver primarily. He can get off a press really well, and he can go up. He's got great leaps to go up and get the ball above DB's heads. So first off, we've got this clip against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and all this is the Jaguars are going to roll down into a cover 3, and you can see Golladay is on the line of scrimmage here. I think that they've given him an option right here so he can break outside if he likes the look and go on a sort of fade, or he can do what he does in this case and break inside. But you can see his pace on this play. You've got the receiver who's on the line of scrimmage to the far side of the field, and he's only 1 or 2 yards behind him, and Golladay actually has to make a cut at the same time, so it does prove that he has good speed. But what you see so many wide receivers do is they just run their route and then make their cut when they feel necessary. But what Golladay does is he runs this option right perfectly. He runs so he's so close to the defender, and then he sees that slight turn in hips from the defender towards the sideline, and then that's when he breaks inside. He jams down on that left foot really hard, comes inside, and when he comes inside, that defender's pretty much got his back to him, so there's no way that he's going to be able to make a play on the ball. And then he actually fights through the contact really well. The DB's trying to get hands round to him, trying to catch up with him, but he sort of just has a quick swat at him with his left arm to just keep that distance between him and the DB before pulling in a great catch downfield. And it's just those small things that you'll notice when I go through these clips that he does really, really well. As I mentioned, a lot of wide receivers come out of breaks way too early. They sell the route and DBs can make a play on the ball. But that's one thing that Golladay does really well. He stays in the route until the very last second, and then as you saw, the hips of the DB turned, he broke inside, massive completion downfield. So this was another play from that Jacksonville Jaguars game, and this is a simple Aggie concept, so it just means all routes are going down the field, they're all vertical. And Kenny Golladay, you can see, actually leaves the DB behind. He gets 1 to 2 yards of separation on this deep route, and Stafford throws a really, really nice deep ball. But watch his eyes the whole time. He never takes his eyes off the ball. He's watching the whole time that he's running, and then when it comes to going up and getting the ball, he jumps way above the DB and comes up with a massive catch downfield. And again, that's one thing that he really does have going for him. His eye discipline is simply amazing. There's so many contested catches you'll see during the course of this video where there's 1, 2, sometimes even 3 men coming towards him, and he knows sometimes that he's going to be taking a massive hit and getting rocked, but he still keeps discipline with his eyes, still brings the catch in for the team and takes the hit if necessary. And this is by no means an easy catch. That area that he's thrown into is actually pretty crowded. I think they're playing a sort of cover 3 match zone to this side of the field, so you've got all the wide receivers going in the same direction, so you've got that match defender following the slot wide receiver the whole way down the field, so it is a very congested area with that middle third safety coming across to help as well. But again, that doesn't bother Kenny Golladay. He goes up, makes the catch, and it's a huge gain downfield, puts them right into the red zone. Now this next play, Golladay's lined up at the X receiver, and this time they're going to run a really nice dagger concept. I actually really like how this is drawn up. You're going to have the slot receiver going to go deep right up the seam, and then Golladay's just going to come on this dig. And you can see straight away off the line, he beats that cornerback for pace and for power. He's really boxed him out with that big body of his, and he does that because he sort of slides his left shoulder inside. You see how he gets that nice release. He doesn't give the cornerback his whole chest to push and force him back. He sort of just moves that left shoulder away from the cornerback, gets a really nice inside release, which is obviously what you want if you're going to be running a dig. You don't want the corner having any inside leverage on you. And he runs, and then he just puts that left foot in the ground. The corner's already trailing him by 1 or 2 yards because of this great release, and then he puts that left foot in the ground really, really well, breaks off and runs a lovely dig route. And in fact, this ball's actually slightly behind him. You can see again, tracks it the whole way, goes up, makes the big catch, and he actually gets a decent hit from behind from the cornerback, but he still holds on to the catch throughout the whole rep. And I'm just going to show you a couple more clips from this game as well, because this was an absolutely incredible game for him. It really proves my point about how he held on to contested catches and going up for really tough balls that a lot of wide receivers wouldn't come down with. And bear in mind, this Atlanta game, he was actually dealing with a minor injury still. So this was a difficult task for him to be to be doing during the day. So this time the Lions are sort of running a curl concept and they're facing man coverage, and I've got to say the Falcons actually cover this up really well. You know, there's nothing that really gets open on the initial curl concept, and so then it's all down to the second effort and what the wide receivers do to make an effort to get open for Matt Stafford. You can see here, he wants to get to the outside. He wants that outside leverage this time. So he breaks inside initially, and then he uses that big body. You've got to remember, this guy's 6'4" and 214 pounds. You know, he is a very big man. He's got a very big frame, and it's easy for him to box DBs out, especially smaller, you know, lighter, quicker ones. So anyway, he breaks inside, and then he just uses his shoulders and his hips to sort of box out that DB to the inside to give him his outside leverage that he wants. And then he runs the curl concept, but as you can see, it doesn't really get open, so he comes back to the ball and then he turns back around and he realizes that the DB is actually playing in front of him, so if he can run over the DB, there's a chance that he's going to get open. So that's what he does on this play, runs down the sideline, and he definitely can see that safety coming across out of the corner of his eye coming to hit him. There is no other intention from this safety, you know, to just make a normal tackle. He is coming to absolutely hit him into next week, but he still holds onto this ball the whole way through the rep. That safety comes across and absolutely lays the boom while he's in the air, but that doesn't matter to him because he's got some good air times. There's no way the safety could get across there. But you see where he brings that ball in. He's not worrying about high pointing it. All he's worrying about is bringing it into his chest, which is what he does perfectly, because when you're surviving a big hit, you know, that's the place that you really want it. If it's tight to your chest, that's going to be really hard to knock out. So he does a great job of locating the ball, bringing it into his chest, and coming down with another massive grab. Now this is a slightly different example, so he's not actually on the outside in this play. He's at the front of a stack formation towards the bottom of the field. And here, all he's going to do, it comes back to what I was talking about at the start. He's not making his cuts too early. He's doing it at exactly the perfect time to be able to provide enough separation between him and the DB for the quarterback to hit him. So you see he runs all the way up until pretty much just short of the end zone, and then you don't see him, you know, throw a massive body move to the left or the right. He's just really, really smooth. Everything that he does is really smooth movements, which you don't really see for a lot of guys who are 6'4" and, you know, 210 pounds upwards. So he moves really smoothly for a guy of his size. But you can see he runs his corner out to absolute perfection. Doesn't, like I said, doesn't stamp his right foot in the ground, just is really smooth out of that break from right to left, and gets to the pylon, and then once again fights through the contact. You can see the DB there trying to get through with his hands, but he keeps his eyes on the ball, plays through the hands, which is exactly what you want from your wide receiver, and comes down with another catch for a touchdown. He is just so versatile. That's what I absolutely love about Kenny Golladay. You genuinely can line him up anywhere on the pitch and he will win his one-on-one against the DB. It's as simple as that, really. And he's just really smooth in everything that he does. There's never a route that you look at and you're like, oh wow, that was a really jerky movement, that didn't look clean. You know, he is really smooth with everything that he does, and he makes big time plays. So then just to finish, you've got this clip. To me, it looks like the Cardinals are playing a cover 4 here. You've got the guys in quarters, and the Lions are running from a bunch offset formation to the bottom of the field here, and obviously the space against the cover 4 zone is going to be between those linebackers over the top of them and just in front of the cover 4 zone. Obviously you can't run any beaters to try and get over the top here because the safeties and the DBs are backed up, you know, on the end zone line. So he runs a really perfect route, almost like a shallow crosser or a bang 8, you know, whatever you want to call it. It's a perfect route, just gets inside, and he almost splits the two inside quarters on this defense. You see how far he goes up and gets this ball in the air. This is at full extension. Both arms are above his head, he's way off the floor, this is full extension in the air, and he catches the ball, comes down with it, and turns it into a touchdown. It's just magnificent play, one after another, and he does it all game long. This isn't just, you know, his best plays from the season. He makes these all game long, all season long when he's fit. He is an absolute stud. Thanks for making it to this stage of the video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. It really helps me out and the channel to grow. Let me know what you think about the video in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.